See, we can do this. This does seem a lot more fun when you're on the promise of lots of sales and a good day to come, rather than at the end when you're tired. And so that's the end of the season. Thank you very much to Old Calm Beach for having us. It's been an absolute blast. I've loved every minute of it, even the hiking up the steps, the slight drizzle. The £9 car parking fee that I paid out on the first night. But hey, that could have been worse because I could have not discovered the free parking and ended up paying the full 27. So, good night for now. Okay, so a quick roundup time. So for the actual beach hut itself, it was £50. I've got my notebook here, so I'm going to keep referring to it. The actual beach hut itself was £50 to hire for the 3 days. Fuel cost me £41.40. It was 46 miles at 15p a mile. I had to pay one lot of £9 for parking. I originally included £27 thinking I was going to have to pay for 3 days, but fortunately I found on-road parking after that, so just one night at where I had to pay £9. So my expenses were £100.40. On the Friday evening, the show ran from 6 till 9 p.m. and I sold a black and white cow at £20, a dachshund at £20. All of my items are the loaf design, so I've taken the loaf cat pattern from Annie Caraway Art and also her dog pattern that she brought out, and so if it's a cat or a bird or a pig, then I've just adapted it slightly, but essentially I do all of mine as, I call them chunky cuddle buddies, and that's how I market them to people. Emotional support cuddle buddies, and they really are popular, especially with the young adult market. So black and white cow at £20, dachshund at £20, grey striped tabby at £20, another cow at £20, a brown pugtato at £20, basically a pug, because sometimes I do the loaf cats that way and sometimes I do them that way. So by turning it that way, he looked a little bit like a potato, so I called him a pugtato and he sold. A rainbow bright loaf cat £20 and a ginger tabby at £20. I will try and put some photos in, although that might be a little bit beyond me, but you will see all of these in the footage, or you would have seen all of these on the footage, so I'm sure you'll be able to pick out the ones I'm talking about. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sales on the first evening, £140. And then on the Saturday we ran from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. and I sold a chunky bird for 20, and then immediately afterwards another chunky bird for 20, and I've had these in my inventory for a few months now, and they haven't really ever had an awful lot of interest. They kind of look a little bit like the sort of Angry Birds style, but two people not connected, didn't know each other. I'm not even sure the second one saw the first one pick it up. Might have done, I'm not sure, but they both bought them one after the other. So they were both £20 each, and then a pig at 20, a loaf cat at 20, and then I picked up a dog commission, and I always ask for a £10 deposit. So I include that in my takings from a show, so I know that it was worth going. So even if I haven't actually sold anything on the day, if I come home and I've made enough money in commissions and it's been worthwhile to be there to pick up the commissions, then that's advertising, so I include it. So 5 items on the Saturday, and that was £100. And then on the Sunday we ran from 11 AM to 5 PM again, and I sold a corgi loaf dog at 20, another loaf cat at 20, another loaf cat at 20, a commission for a golden retriever at 20, and they paid in full, another loaf cat at 20, another loaf cat at 20, and then yesterday I actually picked up another commission based on being there for another loaf cat, so that's another 20. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 plus the one last night is 7, which actually totals 140. So Friday night £140, Saturday £100, Sunday £140. So my total takings were £380 for the weekend. My expenses were £100 40 pence. So the profit for that is £205 40, because I've also taken out, oh sorry, right, expenses were £100 40p, that's the stall fee and the fuel. Then I also take out all of my material costs, so I've taken out £74 20, which gives me 360 minus £174 60 is £185 40. In reality, I've taken £380, but I also need to take off, so that'd be £205 40, and then I need to take off £3 66, which is what it will cost me to make the commissioned dog. So what's that? So about, let's call it £202 between us friends, £202. So that's pure profit. And the only thing I haven't deducted from that are the fees for the sum up machine. I did get some cash. I got mostly, I think I might have got £60 in cash, and I think the rest of it was paid on card. And I haven't yet had the I haven't yet looked at the summary, so I'm calling it £202. There will be a few pounds to take off for that because of the sum up fees. But otherwise really pleased with that. Really loved doing it. It was a very hard show. It's not for the faint-hearted to get up and down and unload. Once you know what you're doing, it's okay. And then obviously there is the walk back up and down those steps every night in the dark. There are a few well-placed street lamps, but yeah, it's in the dark and it's very windy down there. But I loved it. I loved the atmosphere. I loved looking out all the time and seeing that beautiful sea. Everybody was really friendly. Customers were amazing. So if you were one that came and saw me, thank you very much. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you bought something, that's amazing. And if you didn't and you just stopped to have a chat and had such lovely compliments. So there was nothing bad about this show whatsoever. So I really hope to be able to do it next year. But that for now, that is my last one of the year, and I shall sign off. So wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I shall catch up with you soon. Take care, lots of love. Bye bye.